All right, you know what time it is. Welcome to an episode of Forward Thinking Leaders. I'm your host, Mike. Let's get this going.
You're alive in us. We're alive in you.
I'm joined today with one of my good friends and brothers, Benjamin Jones. What's going on?
Definitely. Man, I'm so excited to be here. Let's get into it.
Yeah, so this episode, we're going to just kind of introduce our contributors and let the people get to know who you are. So it's really cool because our music, for the world out there listening, our music is actually written and produced, recorded, everything by none other than Benjamin Jones.
Oh, come on, man. Yeah, no, it was a good time making it. Yeah, I'm glad you're able to use it.
Oh, it was a no-brainer. When I thought about doing this podcast, of course, contributing with you and other people to all make it, come to life, this song just, it just popped right in my head, my head. There was nothing else.
Come on, Jesus. That's what I'm talking about.
So what's the title of the song? Just let the people know.
Yeah, it's called Alive in You. It's actually an EP that I did that has 4 songs on it, but this is kind of like that title track. And Alive in You is just simply a song that it really talks about the fact that we have life in God, right? And so we're alive in Him, and He's alive in us. And so there's this kind of synergy between that thought.
Well, I don't want to do a whole plug here, but they can find you on podcast. Not podcast. They can find you on Spotify, sorry.
Yeah, man. No, they can find us on all digital platforms for sure. Yep.
Okay. Just look up Benjamin Jones.
Yeah, Benjamin J. Jones. Because if you do Benjamin Jones, you're going to get like 1 billion Benjamin Joneses.
Benjamin J. Jones. All right, got it. And then aside from that, so I met you a little over a year ago.
Yep.
Probably at a pastor's gathering.
Yeah.
The first time we met.
That's it.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because, you meet a lot of people at one time, but nothing always comes of it. I think our first conversation included basketball. And so, how many times you had that conversation with somebody, but nothing ever happens.
Right.
When you're done, then you leave. But we talked about connecting, and then we did.
Yeah. I think it shocked me because it's exactly what you say. Like, you have these kind of cordial conversations in passing, and nothing really culminates. But I noticed in our conversation that you had like very intentional like dates and times. Like, what about this and this? I was like, I love it.
Yeah. That's how much I love basketball, I guess. Yeah. So then Josiah, my oldest son, and I went out to meet you. We started playing in Berkeley, just on the street.
Yep.
Which is awesome.
Yeah. And even playing out there. So what ended up happening was, first, we had to really see, like, there's that thing in the back of your head, like, okay, can these guys really play? Mike and his son Josiah are incredible, and actually they're kind of known now in the neighborhood or whatever as basketball players, and kind of like mentors and friends.
Yeah. Well, it's only matched, by you.
Oh, come on.
You definitely ball. So then you have a church plant going on right now. Starting a new church, Freedom City Church.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, man. Freedom City Church is something that's kind of interesting, and it may be something that we can kind of get into, but quite honestly, it was a passion put on my heart, burden put on my heart by the Lord some years ago, and there's a story behind me trying to roll it out and not necessarily working or whatever, but at this point in time, it is the will of God, and it's the timing, which is like super important. It's the timing of it all. So we're here. We're having a great time doing it. It's highs and lows, and it's all for the kingdom.
All right. And then obviously you're married, which I know that, but for our people, married, 2 kids.
That's right. I got a beautiful queen, Vernicia Jones. That's my baby, y'all. It's my baby. And so, married. So this March 30th, it'll be 4 years.
Ooh, all right.
And super fast. And we have 2 children, Zoe Sky Jones, who just turned 3 in January, and Benjamin Jacoby Jones, the second, who turns 1 February 26th. So party of 4.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And then I guess the last thing, just kind of people getting to know a little bit more about you and who you are is you're an actor too, which I know you don't like to talk about. I knew you for a while.
Yeah.
And I had no idea that you were an actor. Like, you never brought it up, but you've been in a few movies, but most recently it was a movie called, I think, A Gift of Grace.
Yes, that's correct. So just a real quick story on that. Here's a little quick sidebar, though. So part of our church plant team consists of 12 people. And so of the 12 people, we have this text thread, and one of the 12 put in the text thread, is Pastor Ben in the movie? Am I watching Pastor Ben right now? And so they screenshot a picture, and they're like, why didn't you tell us? And so it was just pretty funny because people kind of find out, and it's always interesting and funny. A little awkward for me too, but I try to get over it. But yeah, man. So I'm in 2 movies, and it's interesting how it happened. How it all happened was I was actually doing Instagram videos, being just crazy. I had too much time on my hands, and the Instagram videos got kind of, I don't know, I guess popular, like in a local sense. And it was a young lady who was like, she said she wanted me to help her record some music. So I have a little small studio in my basement. So she comes over, she brings her daughter, and right before we start recording, she says something that throws me totally off. She was like, "My daughter wants to meet you." And I was like, what? Like, why? And so she was like, "Your videos are so crazy." And so I meet her daughter, and then she tells me, "Hey, your videos are like super crazy. Why don't you go out for this audition for this like movie that we're shooting locally?" So without thinking about it, I tried it and got the small part there. And, from what the producers and writers said, I did so well with that one. I had a lead role in the second movie, A Gift of Grace. And so, yeah, man, it's on Amazon, Google Play, Tubi.
Yeah. Okay, good. Amazon's where I watched it. But yeah, that's funny that you went from kind of a small role, as you said, straight up into a lead. And for anyone who watches it, A Gift of Grace, you'll see exactly what we mean. But anyways, I think that's a good, people are going to get to know you during our episodes and just different stories and stuff that come out during it. So you have any final thoughts you want to say?
No, man, I'm just ready to get in this. First of all, I do want to say this. So this is my brother right here. And even with this endeavor, love this guy so much, love his family. And I just want to say, just speak blessings over all of this. I'm excited to do it. So, man, thank you for having me again.
Love it. Love it. All right. We'll catch you guys next time. Until then, stay alive.
We're alive in you.